you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend. The legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season. And she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
The Chicago Sky's 2025 season has already been branded as a masterclass in dysfunction, but even in a year defined by chaos, no one expected the storm unleashed when Angel Reese turned her words not against opponents, but against one of the most decorated players in league history.
Yeah, at this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to. With what Courtney Vandersloot just came back and said, Courtney Vandersloot just smoked Angel Reese. And you know who else is going in on Angel Reese? You got Nightcap with Unk and Ocho, Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson going in on this Angel Reese situation. She didn't think it was going to go this way. This went all the way in left field. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
What should have been a standard post-game interview, a chance to reflect, reset, and focus, mutated into something far uglier. Reese, in only her second season, used the moment not to highlight progress or accountability, but to publicly target Courtney Vandersloot, a 5-time All-Star, 2-time WNBA champion, and second on the league's all-time assist list.
With the Sky, she's won a championship with the Liberty. And I mean this when I say this, Jeff Pagliocca does not give two fucks about the star power of Angel Reese. As well as that, it's not like a Caitlin Clark star power where having Angel Reese on your team instantly improves your city's economy. Having Caitlin Clark on your team improves your city's economy. Having Angel Reese on your team doesn't do any of that. It does not do any of that. However, like this, Courtney Vandersloot is someone that Angel Reese has. She was the one player Angel Reese name dropped in her thing about basically saying she's not good, she's not going to be good enough.
That moment has since come to define the Sky's season. It did not merely spark headlines, it reshaped the narrative of an already fractured locker room. Fans, teammates, former players, and respected veterans have all weighed in, and the consensus is nearly universal. The audacity was staggering, the fallout devastating.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. And by the way, this has only been out maybe an hour, and I'm seeing responses from Angel Reese fans. They are some of the ugliest, nastiest, ghetto thug responses. I'm going to keep it real. Responses I've ever seen in my life. People have calling her Courtney a bitch, a hoe. I mean, I shit you not. That's the level of response Angel Reese fans have given this NBA legend.
Reese's comments questioned whether Vandersloot, now 36 and recovering from a torn ACL, could realistically return at this stage of her career. It wasn't framed as concern. It wasn't delivered as humility. It was, flatly, an attack, a dismissal of someone whose body of work has already secured her status among the sport's elite.
The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing. She's going to call out the organization. She's going to call out the front office. She's going to call out the teammates, throw Courtney Vandersloot under the bus. Doesn't really go over well with the organization. Doesn't really go over well with the teammates.
The irony here is thick. Vandersloot has accomplished in 16 seasons what most could never hope to touch. She carried Chicago to its one and only championship in 2021 before guiding the New York Liberty to their long-awaited crown in 2024. Reese, meanwhile, hasn't seen a single winning record in her career.
She said, contrary to what people think, what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back. This is after Angel Reese said, yeah, Sloot is old. We need somebody young that can do this, that got some experience, but we need somebody young. She too old. I don't know if she can come back from that torn ACL. Sloot wasn't going for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney Vandersloot has won a title in Chicago, and she will not be playing with Angel Reese next year. I'm going to tell you that right now.
One player has lifted franchises into history books. The other is still fighting to be seen as more than a liability. Comparisons sprang to mind instantly. It was like watching a JV player sneer at Michael Jordan, claiming the legend was too old to matter. Outrageous, dismissive, and ignorant of history.
Angel Reese will make the WNBA bigger than the NFL in 5 years. Girl, what are you smoking? How is this going to work when she can't even sell herself? I mean, the NBA will be lucky if they even last that much longer. That's the point we're at. And who's to say Angel Reese will even be on a team in that long too? Like, this girl always will find some way to complain or feel that she's deprived of whatever right it may be. Nobody likes angels, Dawn. Like, just get it through your head. And people are gonna say, well, she's beautiful. Girl, if that is all you have for your people to back you up on, you know you're doing something wrong. Regardless of what I think, girl, do not rely on that for your whole personality.
If there's one thing Vandersloot has proven over her career, it is that she does not need to over-explain herself. She's done enough. Yet she did respond swiftly, precisely, and with devastating poise. Contrary to what people say or think, my age is not a factor, she stated. I am coming back and I'll come back better than ever because that's what I've always done. I've put myself in position to return and compete, even now.
Let us recognize 5-time All-Star, 7-time assist champion, 5-time All-WNBA, 2-time WNBA champion, 2011 All-Rookie team. Angel will not have the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. She won't. You know why? Because I don't think the league's going to tolerate her long enough. She's going to run her mouth until she just ends up jumping from team to team until she does what I think she should do right now. Quit the WNBA and go to Unrivaled and don't come back.
It wasn't bombastic. It wasn't loud. It was unwavering. That's who she is. A professional defined not by words, but by relentless commitment. For over a decade, Vandersloot has silenced doubters with play rather than posture. This was no different. The subtext was blatant. Reese hides behind excuses, inflated bravado, and finger-pointing. Vandersloot, she endures, adapts, earns her place every single time she steps on the court.
Angel Reese doesn't touch the floor. Doesn't play in the first half, doesn't play in the second half. Oh, this is interesting. Did Tyler Marsh just say, you know what? Angel, I like the group that we have in right now. We don't need you. We're playing well. I don't know. Does Angel Reese throw a hissy fit in the locker room? Says, no, I'm not playing. Kinda did that. Maybe not that exact, but she went about not playing. Yep, instead of coming to help her teammates, she would rather stick it to the Chicago Sky organization.
At 36, Vandersloot is not hunting sympathy or projecting false confidence. She is quietly rehabbing, applying the same meticulous discipline that elevated her game for years. She has built her career not on flair, not on drama, but on an unshakable ability to elevate teammates.
Angel Reese is an a-hole. Straight up says she just is. And this is due to immaturity, inflated ego, people gassing her up. And I blame society, really. I blame society the most of this because it's really predictable when a young person is given all this attention, given money, and all this. But the thing is, it was predictable because we know the level of talent isn't there. Yet the media kept gassing her up. Her fans kept gassing her up.
Vandersloot enters any locker room and instantly raises the floor. She's the all-time leader in playoff assists, a 7-time assist champion, and holds the single-game assist record with 18. Her numbers this year, 10.6 points, 5.3 assists, 3.1 rebounds before her injury already outpaced Reese's full-season production. And unlike Reese, whose game often stalls the team's rhythm, Vandersloot has always elevated the people around her. She embodies the truth Reese has yet to grasp. Basketball is not an individual showcase, it's a team sport. Reese's resume, by contrast, reads like unfulfilled potential shadowed by inefficiency. her 3.9 turnovers per game and sub 40% shooting percentage underscore her struggles. Every stat paints the same picture. Her game lags as her mouth runs ahead. Many could not stomach the idea of a second-year player publicly questioning a living legend's credentials.
Angel Reese, after playing her previous game against the Connecticut Sun, I believe, after having rest, being suspended for the Indiana Fever game, suddenly, in those 5 days off, Angel Reese's back starts acting up. Oh, my back hurts. My neck. My back. Oh, my back hurts. Angel Reese says, oh, it hurts. Interesting, Angel. Very interesting. What a weird time for your back to start acting up now. Angel Reese said, you know what, Chicago Sky? You want to suspend me for a game? Fuck it. My back hurts. Don't even worry about subbing me back in. Don't even worry about me starting the third quarter. My back hurts. Fuck y'all. I don't want to play for y'all. Leave me the hell alone.
Inside the Sky locker room, reports say the mood soured further. The body language of teammates told the story Reese couldn't distort. Crossed arms, strategic silences, glances of irritation, not solidarity. A team meeting convened in the wake of the controversy only widened fissures. Sources suggested irreparable damage, and this is Chicago's reality now. Angel Reese on one side, dragging the team into turbulence. Courtney Vandersloot on the other, embodying the professionalism and consistency the franchise desperately needs. Courtney Vandersloot is more than accolades. She is the epitome of how point guards should play the game. Her impact goes beyond the box score. She holds the WNBA's record for team assist percentage at a staggering 75%. Simply put, when she commands the floor, her teams move the ball at levels leagues higher than their peers. Basketball flows through her. Offenses breathe easier. Players thrive. These intangible qualities elevate Vandersloot into rare air. She has never needed bravado or spotlight antics to command respect. Her resume already writes her into history books. Her leadership earns admiration in every building she enters. And critically, her integrity has never been questioned. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has only deepened her issues. Following her suspension for the comments against Vandersloot, she conveniently developed a back injury, conveniently sidelining her in a game she was scheduled to return. Observers didn't buy the excuse. Few saw anything but another attempt to avoid accountability while nurturing a victim narrative. The irony is painful for fans. A second-year player, building a personal brand on controversy, undercutting her own potential. Once again, Reese appears distracted from development, consumed by excuses, unwilling to embrace responsibility, all while Vandersloot continues working silently toward an improbable, yet inspiring return.
Nobody was wondering, hey, is Courtney Vandersloot gonna be back? Will she return to old form? Nobody was even thinking about her. You brought her up and took a direct shot, and she's firing those shots back off at your ass. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is Angel Reese will not be wearing a Chicago Sky uniform next year. They don't have the pieces. They don't even have their own first round pick. They gave it up. So they don't even have the pieces to build through the draft. Free agents aren't going to want to come there. They don't want to go there to play with that team. So they are built to tank without picks. So they're in a bad spot.
History is not on Reese's side either. Numerous WNBA players have returned from ACL injuries in their mid-30s and continued to contribute at high levels. Vandersloot's skill set, anchored in vision, IQ, and craft rather than rim-running athleticism, means her game is less threatened by age or injury than Reese suggests. Her assist efficiency, her grasp of pace control, her ability to read defenses, those aren't physical gifts that decline, they are intellectual and instinctive assets that only sharpen with time. If anything, Vandersloot is better equipped to outlast an ACL tear than many of her contemporaries. Reese's numbers, however, are unforgiving. Instead of sharpening her efficiency, she's trending backwards. Instead of lifting teammates, she drags them down. Advanced metrics suggest the Sky, a struggling team, are even worse when she's on the floor. And yet, in the middle of all this evidence, Reese aimed not inward at her flaws, but outward, at her injured teammate. Reese is where the Sky stand. They must decide whether their future lies in the hands of a proven Hall of Fame caliber point guard known for unselfish brilliance, or a younger player who has repeatedly alienated teammates, divided fans, and invited dysfunction. The decision is clearer than it should be. Vandersloot embodies consistency, sacrifice, and accountability. Reese represents volatility, excuses, and distraction. At its core, this controversy isn't about injury or age, It is about the currency of professional sports, respect. Vandersloot has earned it. With every minute, every assist, every championship, Reese demands it without having supplied the work or sacrifice required to warrant it. And in their confrontation, the truth has surfaced like cracks in glass. One player is preparing to prove doubters wrong for the umpteenth time, reclaiming her place through resilience. The other remains mired in excuses, unwittingly writing her own cautionary tale before her career truly begins. As Chicago trudges through another losing season, one thing is evident: Courtney Vandersloot does not need to defend herself with words. The record book, the banners, the championships already defend her. Her quiet determination remains proof that greatness does not fade because of an injury, nor does leadership diminish with age.
I'm gonna be frankly honest, I don't think she has much talent as it is. I think the only thing she got going, she does have a motor. One thing you can't say is she's lazy. That's the only two redeemable qualities that she has. But the problem is her motor now is into attention, is into trying to be famous instead of her game. She had that motor before at LSU. Also, you had Kim Mulkey holding her accountable. She hasn't had a coach holding her accountable at all until this.
Angel Reese, by contrast, continues on a collision course with irrelevance, her biggest legacy thus far being the chaos she's created rather than the wins she's delivered. The story for the Sky was meant to be resilience in adversity. Instead, it has become a study in contrasts. Vandersloot shows why professionalism, humility, and discipline cement greatness. Reese shows how ego, deflection, and empty bravado erode potential before it ever blooms. And that is why, moving forward, the franchise will be forced to make a choice: build on character or build on noise. Trust in history's proof or gamble on a player already drowning in self-inflicted controversy. The outcome of that choice will define the future of the Chicago Sky for years to come.